What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at 4 brand new McFarlane DC Multiverse figures, or I guess they're sublines with the collector edition and the digital. Ooh, we'll talk about that, but I got lucky today. I found some really good stuff, things that I was not expecting to find. So first thing off the bat, let's go ahead and take a look. Oops, sorry. Get to see a little bit of the side there. Get to see Green Arrow. He looks fantastic. This is part of the digital line, which is stupid. Can't wait to shit talk that the whole time, but this figure looks great. So we got Green Arrow, also part of that wave. We have the Atom, a classic Atom. Looks great. That is amazing artwork. Him like being tiny next to a chameleon. That looks fantastic. Really, really like that. Barcode if you're looking for it. Then we have something I wasn't sure if I was going to pick up, but I saw it today and said, yeah, I'm going to have to. We got Manga Batman. This is going on my anime shelf because this thing's awesome. Really, really like that. He looks great. Love that artwork on the back. Definitely going on the anime shelf. And then finally, we have an unexpected turn. We have the Platinum Connor Kent Superboy. And honestly, I don't want this. Like, I really don't want the Platinum version. I'm just giving you guys a heads up. I'm ruining this and making it my own. I'm probably, and by probably, I mean definitely going to paint over this. Like, I'm going to try to just make it a regular Superboy because I don't care about this version of him with the L. Like, that is such a cheap thing. We'll save that for a little bit later, but there's a barcode if I didn't already show it. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and pop all these figures open. So getting these gentlemen out of the packaging, I gotta say, they're all pretty solid. My ranking of which ones I like the most to least is not what I expected, but that's kind of always an okay thing. I don't dislike any of these figures. I think they're all pretty damn solid, but I definitely have a ranking, and I'm kind of surprised by that. So we'll go ahead. You guys know how I like to run it. I'll start my least favorite and work up my way to my favorite one. Yeah, so let's go ahead and jump into it with the Platinum Superboy. Now, again, it's like the one time I don't want it to be a chase, or like one of the rare times I don't want it to be a chase. I looked for that Starfire forever because I still want Blackfire, but never found that. But I found this without even trying, and that I hate that. Oh, look at that. That's so weird. His knees are like different shapes completely. Ooh, that is really weird. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. But I don't really want this chase. I mean, it's not egregious to where, like, even if I didn't do anything, it's not terrible. But I'm definitely going to try to get some, like, paint remover, try to clean that up a little bit, and then paint back over the red parts. Shouldn't take me more than, like, 10 minutes. But I wish I didn't have to do that. But I saw it there. I'd rather just get it now, make this video, and I like putting work into my stuff anyway. So, taking a look at the head sculpt here. I kind of go back and forth on if I like it or not. Like, it looks okay. This is, by the way, this is my ideal version of Superboy. I'm happy that I waited, that we got this version. I kind of figured we were going to when this Todd McFarlane figure was released. I'm like, that would be kind of good for Superboy, and they did change things that I wanted them to. Like, for instance, they did give him new arms. These are thicker arms. Still not great arms, but they're a little bit thicker. I appreciate that. And I believe these are new shoes, like boots, because part of that feature for Todd was that his feet came out. To swap out the feet if you wanted to do that, but everything else is pretty much the same other than the arms and the head sculpt, but I'm okay with that. I think that it's a smart, we're going to see a lot of reuse here. This whole video is pretty much just repaints in one way or another, but yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I like it, but I don't know. I wish he had a buffer upper body, shorter legs. Like, these legs are ridiculously long. Kind of want to make a custom of myself using this body, not gonna lie, because I do have longer legs, but I'm not built like that, so like whatever. But looks all right. I like it. In terms, oh my god, I wish that it was not like that. In terms of accessories, you do get the figure stand, and we do get another flight stand. I do like having these flight stands, not gonna lie. If we got this every time instead of this, I'd be a little bit more happy. This is pretty good. I like these flight stands. They're not the best out there, but they definitely help for displays like mine, where I just want them in like simple flying poses. Lift them up off the ground just enough to be higher than everybody else. They're not perfect, but for my purposes, I like them. I like them. They're translucent. They don't overdo it. They're fine. These, I don't want them anymore. So he comes with those. He comes with a couple interchangeable hands. He comes with a trigger finger, which I'm so happy that he comes with, and a pointer finger, in case you want him to pick his nose. Just give us a pair of flat open hands or something, relaxed hands. What is this? Like, the pointer hand, maybe, but like this is so stupid. He comes with the trading card, of course, collector card, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Connor Kent, looking good. Then you get two interchangeable hands, or heads, I'm sorry. You get Angie head. I don't like it. The teeth look weird. Bad head sculpt. Don't like it very much. And then you get the bald Lex Luthor look, which is where this chase comes in at. The regular one, I guess I should mention this. The regular one is just the regular Superboy logo with slightly different colored pants, I think. Maybe. And that's it. That's like the whole chase. And then you do get this Lex Luthor angry head. I wish that we had this with hair. That'd be cool. I'd like that. I might even put that on like my regular Superman, but nope, it's bald. And then the last thing comes with this like rock piece that's like as thin as a chip, but I kind of like it. It's got a good sculpt, and I like that they put like a dry brush on it. There's peg holes that you can pop his feet into, which I kind of don't understand, because this effect, I don't know. Isn't this the point of this effect, to look like he's like punching the ground? It's like concave in the middle. There's a point. So it doesn't really make sense for him to stand on it. I don't know. Maybe I'm misinterpreting this, but not really a big fan of this rock, to be honest. Because, like, it's cool in concept, and I like pieces like this, but it just doesn't... Why is his foot not going in? There we go. But I don't know. It just doesn't really make sense to me. Like, it just kind of looks like a broken piece of concrete, which is, I guess, what it's supposed to be. But these peg holes are stupid. That's just my opinion. So let me know if I'm misinterpreting that. In terms of articulation, if you have that Todd McFarlane figure, you'll know what to expect. But the head barely does anything on this. Like, unless mine's like super tight, it is not moving, and I don't know why. Shoulders go outwards that far, they'll go down, they'll rotate 360. A little bit of play in there. Bicep swivel, ratcheted for some reason. It's really weird, but whatever. Double jointed elbows, they're ugly, but they work. Huge pins, and then the wrist swivel and hinge. Would love to see McFarlane go pinless, but I don't know. I don't think it's gonna happen. It goes back. If you push it, it does go pretty far forward. Like, I'm okay with that, and then it'll rotate at the top and the waist. I actually think the torso is pretty good. I don't think it's terrible. Hips go outwards. You get a full splitties, and then he'll kick forward and backward, and upper thigh cut. Double jointed knees, which again is so weird. They're ugly as shit, but they're different shapes completely. So weird. Man, I didn't notice that on the Todd McFarlane figure. It's so weird. Then the ankles will rotate, go down, up, pivot a little bit, and a toe hinge. So, yeah, I mean, it's fine. It gets the job done. It sucks that I have to do some work to get that fixed. I don't know what I'm going to do. I definitely just want a regular Superboy logo on there. So I might paint it black, because black is easy to work with. Like, paint over the red and then fix the black really quick. Like, it literally should take me like 10 minutes. I wish I didn't have to, but it is what it is. Next up on my list, I'm going to give it to the Atom. Now, I definitely wanted a classic Atom, but personally, I just kind of wish you got the, like, I wish I could just buy this for like $5, but, you know, whatever. And have that like be like slightly articulated, but this is cool too, and I'm definitely happy to have this on the shelf. I have one big problem with this figure, and we'll talk about that when we get to it, but what I do like is this head sculpt. I think that's a pretty good head sculpt. Looks pretty good. The forehead's got the Atom logo on there. It looks nice. Looks nice. We've seen this body a million times, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. The only thing I'm going to show is the belt that they did not make a separate piece, just painted on there. It's actually not egregious, but it is cheap. Like, this just looks like a really cheap figure. That's my big thing. But it's the Atom, so, like, do I care that much? Like, I like the Atom. I definitely want him for my leaguers, but, like, I don't know. I think it works for the Atom. It definitely works for the Atom. So, you know, whatever. I'm not going to do articulation on this guy just because we literally have seen it so many times. I'll just show the head. It's, like, basically a naked head, so you're really not going to have any problems with that. But in terms... I hate this body sometimes, too. In terms of accessories, we get the trigger finger hand, just as I needed for the Atom, and a pointer finger hand. Again, the pointer finger, maybe, but not every character needs to come with a pointer finger. Though I will say one in this video, I'm happy does have one, but it's just like, what is the point of this? I don't know. And the reason I'm mad that this isn't a fist hand is because he comes with this really cool little, like, Atom guy. I wish they had the Atom on his head and belt, but, like, oh my god, tell me it doesn't stand. Are you fucking serious? No, he's good. Is he? I don't know, whatever. But I would like him on the shelf in that pose so that it doesn't look ridiculous, but like as he's growing. But you get the stupid big open splayed hand, which I like better than the trigger finger hand, but it's like, why would... I don't know. I don't get that. This little guy, he's cool. I'm going to put him on my shelf right now. Damn, he's kind of caked, but... I wish he had a little bit of articulation, maybe like just a 5 POA thing. I think that would have been kind of cool, especially considering this is $25 and we've seen this body a million times. The only newly sculpted thing is this and the head, and that sucks. And then in here we have our cards. So here's the McFarlane digital card. There's the code. First come, first serve, whatever. I'm not going to use it. The McFarlane digital thing, and then you get that awesome artwork and a read up on the back here. So yeah, I like him better than Superboy just because I don't mind this body, except the ankles. I hate the ankles on this thing. I don't mind this body. The head sculpt's really, really nice, and it looks good, but it just, yeah, it had the potential to be a lot better. Now, surprisingly, I've really been going back and forth on which figure I like more, but we'll talk about Manga Batman first. And this is not one that I thought I was going to like so much, but I really am a fan of this body mold. I think it's a really good mold for Batman. I would like to see some other characters on it. I think a couple other characters would do good on it, but oh man, he looks great. This is a fun figure. This is fun. I'm not super familiar with Manga Batman, but I'm aware of him. And as a big anime fan, I think it's super... And a big Batman fan, it's super cool to have an anime-style Batman. And that head sculpt, it accentuates that very, very well. I like the head sculpt quite a bit. The mouth looks good. The cowl with the line work on there looks good. I wish that line work was continued throughout the body. Like in that anime style, but I get that they didn't want to do that. I really like the gray tones. The chase of this one's like black and white. I honestly would have taken either one of them, but I think I like this one a little bit more. Fortunately, I think I like this one a little bit more. I wish they did the soft goods cape with the wire. That would have been, you know, excellent, but I'm not too upset about this. It's fine. This cape's not bad. I like the white borders around the boots and the gloves. Looks nice. The belt looks great. I love this pastel gray tan color. It's just like, it's pretty unique for the character, and I like that a lot. And again, as a big anime fan, it's pretty awesome. In terms of accessories, he actually comes with stuff, so I'll give them credit where credit's due. He does come with grip hands. One of them's a trigger. Oh my god, okay, well, you get a full pair of grip hands, like just regular grip hands, which is good. And then you get like a trigger finger hand, which he doesn't come with a grapnel gun, so I don't really understand why we needed this. Splayed out hands would have been nice. But you do get a pointer finger, and I take back what I said about the pointer finger for this guy. I think this definitely works to have a pointer finger for an anime character. I like this. Like, I'm definitely going to have him on the shelf, kind of like, you know, with his arm to the side, and like, I like that. Oh man, I like that a lot. That looks really good. So probably leave that on there. I like that. He does come with this doohickey. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what that is. Toy Shiz, what is this? He'll know. I know he'll know. But looks pretty good for whatever it is. No paint, but it's small. Looks like a top or a space. Looks like that one owl Pokemon. I forget his name. But then you get this like little baton wand thing. And I don't know really much about this neither, but he looks cool, or it looks okay. No paint or anything, but it's there. And then you get a grapnel line with a little hook on there. It's actual string. I'm not going to unravel it. I'm just going to have him hold it if I really wanted him to, because I'm never going to be able to wrap it like this again. The monkey chain, the monkey's fist, the monkey. I can't do that. So it's cool. It's cool. And then, of course, you know, get this nonsense. You get the stand, and you get the card stand. Again, I've said this in multiple videos, and yet anybody has yet to comment. Does anybody actually display their figures with their cards like this? Because it's like taking the space up of a whole nother figure. Like, I really can't imagine people are doing this. There's your read up if you're looking for it. This is awesome. And that's a good read up too. Make sure you read that. But yeah, this looks great. Very happy about it. I think I'm going to skip the articulation on him as well, because we've seen this body, especially even on this channel, multiple times. It's that Nightfall Batman. Best mold, one of McFarlane's best molds in general. Like, just for instance, like, I love the way the double jointed knee looks and works. The proportions are good. We're finally getting a wired cape on this body. I like this body buck a lot. Good articulation, especially for Manga Batman. Then finally, let's go ahead and hop into Oliver Green, or Oliver King. Sorry, I meant to say Oliver King. But Ollie looks pretty good. He looks pretty good. But I will say he definitely has a lot of flaws, but I'm happy to have a new character that I wanted on the shelf, because I've been using that Injustice one. And I hate that design. I really don't like that design, but I didn't know how long it would take to get a Oliver Queen Green Arrow, like a traditional Green Arrow. So I have two big problems with this figure. Well, one little one and one big one. But right off the bat, this isn't an issue. This is just something that I noticed and a lot of other people noticed. He reused the body from Inigo Montoya from the Princess Bride figures. At least the legs and maybe some of the arms, maybe not the lower arms and the gloves, but the legs definitely. And that's crazy. I've never really seen a company interchange like parts like that from like a completely different line. Maybe like Motu and like their turtles and their wrestling figures, but this is, I think, a lot different than that. Taking a look at the head sculpt here, it's a pretty good looking head sculpt. My little issue is I do wish that the eyes were whited out. I might try to do that. I don't really care that much, but I like when Oliver has white eyes. The textures on this look great. I really love the green, like the G for the Green Arrow on the belt. It's weird that they only painted some of the ties on the vest thing. That bothers me a little bit, but I don't know. I think this tunic is a new sculpt, and I think these lower arms are a new sculpt, because you get that little skin in there. That looks good. The head sculpt itself does look fantastic. Get a little dry brush in his beard. I like that. The hood looks nice. I mean, I think ideally it would have been nice to switch this out and put like a cap on there, like take the hood off, because when you take the hood off, it's just like this horrendous flat ball. Really odd choice, but would be nice to like throw one of those, like, I don't know what those like Peter Pan caps on his head, and then maybe trim this down. Like, I would consider doing that. But you know, I like the hood. Like, I don't know. I go back and forth on what my favorite look for Green Arrow is. And then you get to see the boots look nice. He's got this nice wash all over the darker green, which really does add to the figure. So yeah, it's a pretty good looking figure, but I think the problem comes in mobility, and we'll talk about that when we get to articulation. But real quick, let's take a look at his accessories. You get his cards. I'm not a huge fan of this picture for him. And again, I like the whited eyes. There's the code. Use it at your leisure. Oliver Queen. There we go. Looks good. And you get the stupid stand, whatever. And then you get the goods. You get this bushel of arrows that is reused from the Injustice one, but that's okay. I mean, they're arrows. Slide that in there. It does secure nicely in there, which I like that, so they're probably just gonna stay in there. And then you do get a bow that is really flimsy and has no string, so I'm not a big fan of that, because even if I wanted to put a string on there, it's really flimsy. But it's a big bow. I appreciate that because, you know, you need a big bow for what he's doing. And then getting it in the hand is relatively easy. I just like kind of slide it through his hand. Looks good enough when it's in his hand. Doesn't bother me too much. I like this hand that it's an actual, like, Marvel Legends never does this, but it's like an actual arrow holding hand for this one singular loose arrow that does match the paint with the feathers on there. I like that. And then you can kind of like pull that in between those two fingers. It's really thin plastic, but it does work. But getting them into an arrow shooting pose, good luck. Like, it's not terrible, to be honest, but it just looks so stupid without the like without the bow there, or without the string. But it does, I mean, you can, let me see, like if you get like the feet, angle this right, like that doesn't look terrible, to be completely honest. Because you're supposed to like bring it up to his face like that. Like that's how you shoot a bow. But obviously the articulation is not going to allow for it. Oh, wait, hold on. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, I'm not great at archery. I've done it for classes and stuff, but I like that actually. I might take that back. That looks pretty good. It just looks stupid without the string. I'll stand on that it looks stupid without the string. But if you get it like angled right, that's not bad. But taking a look at the articulation in general, it's kind of rough. So the head sucks. The head absolutely sucks on this guy. I'm gonna leave the arrow in his hand. Like, you can't really do anything. Like, the head will move, but the hood doesn't move at all. They didn't even try. This is a thick, heavy piece of plastic. So you can do like slight adjustments, like literally just side to side a tad, but that's about it. And I hate that. That's where the like the cap would have been a better choice. Shoulder goes up and down and it'll rotate, swivel side to side. Great double jointed elbows, which is essential for a character like this. And then the wrist swivel and hinge. Diaphragm, torso, really not going to get anything. Get a little bit of a waist twist. That's about the brunt of it. Hips go outwards this far. They'll go down. He'll kick forward and back. No real thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. And then the ankles go up and down, rotate, pivot, and have a toe hinge. So it's been a while since we've seen that Inigo Montoya figure. I wonder if this guy's trying to kill me. You know, maybe I killed his father. I don't know. But looks pretty good. I like it. It's not, you know, it's not perfect, but it's probably my favorite out of the bunch just because it's a new character and I wanted a Green Arrow, like a good comic book Green Arrow for some time now. I just wish that they made different choices with certain things. But he looks fantastic. I love the color scheme here. Here they all are next to the NECA Toys King Kong, along with the Jazzwares Fortnite series Peely. Here they are next to the McFarlane Toys Dark Knight Returns Batman, along with the Hasbro Marvel Legends X-Men series Darwin. And then finally here they are next to the Hasbro Marvel Legends What If series Zombie Captain America. So yeah, not my favorite figures ever from McFarlane, but some of them are pretty solid. And I'm happy to have new characters on the shelf. I've been waiting for this version of Superboy. It is a shame that this is the platinum I find, but, you know, that's my luck. You know, it's like, it's like, you got what you were looking for, but not really. Adam is okay. I mean, he's what he needs to be. He's not one of my favorite characters, so I'm not super upset about him not being perfect. Manga Batman was definitely a surprise here. I mean, maybe I'm just a sucker for anime, that body mold, Batman. Like, there's a lot going for that, for personal preference stuff. And the Green Arrow, I just think he looks great. Like, I think he looks really, really nice. He doesn't move great, and the head is definitely a mishap of this figure. I'm gonna try to put a string on there, even like a thick wire or something, like even if the wire that I use is a little thick. Oh, I also meant to mention, Manga Batman also comes with this big ass red Batarang. I like that a lot, but I forgot to mention that. But yeah, pretty awesome stuff here. So with that being said, I'm going to give them each an individual rating because they actually all are different price points too. So for Superboy being $30 at the collector edition price, which is dumb, I'm going to give him a 7. I think he's okay. He gets the job done. The platinum, for me, you get like a 5. Stupid. Manga Batman at $30 as being also the collector edition. I'll give him like an 8.5. It's nothing crazy, but he's a pretty cool figure. If he had a wired cape, it probably would have been like a 9. Atom for $25. I'm going 7. There's really nothing special about it. It passes, it's fine, but there's nothing special for 25. And I'll give Green Arrow an 8 for $25. It could be a lot better in terms of articulation. But other than that, I believe that's all they got for today. So if you've not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Letterboxd. I post a lot on all those apps and I have a great time, so I'm sure you will too. But as always, let me know. You copping any of these guys? See you guys in the next one. Peace. What goes on, guys? I wanted to hop on here again and thank you all for watching, and to let you know that if the following apps interest you, feel free to follow me on them as I put the links in the description for you guys. I really appreciate everything you all do for me, so DM me with any questions or thoughts. I'd love to sit and talk with you all. Again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.